Good morning. My name is Sunny, and I am a psychic. I have many of gifts. One is that I'm going to touch base on today is I am a tarot reader, but I have many more that I'll discuss throughout my videos for my new channel. As you can see, I'm being a bum because it's Saturday, and I've just been really lacking energy. I believe due to the retrograde, and the full moon usually energizes me, but I'm just not feeling it. I don't sleep very well, and I believe I've always been that way. So, I mean, I think that comes along with being psychic. I was contacted this weekend, not this weekend, excuse me, last week, at the end of last week, by one of my friends on Facebook. I believe we're friends. If not, she just contacted me out of the blue. And I'm sorry if we are. I can't recall. I'm sorry. Because she had drawn some tarot cards and wanted me to, tell her what they meant. And I explained to her that, and this is just my feeling, this is just my belief, that people are not aware of how tarot cards work, where you get the answers from tarot cards, and the importance of, grounding yourself and being protected when you use tarot cards, because there are bad things that can happen, of course. What people, tarot cards are, anyone can buy them. They're easy access for anyone to go purchase. But if we recall back in the day when spirit boards or Ouija boards were also like that, they sold them with all the games in the sections of, whatever store you would go to. Well, they don't do that anymore, and there's a reason why. Because they can be very dangerous, and a lot of people found out, and they still do, the hard way of why they could be dangerous. So I thought I would touch base on that today, and this is going to be my first video for my YouTube channel, and I'm really excited to give the information that I have. I want to share my experiences I've had in my life, because I've had a lot, and they're not for me to play the victim game. They're to give information that the divine has seen fit to have me share with people, to hopefully help people, and to also help myself. A lot of it's been very painful. A lot of it's been just very hurtful. It's just been a really long, I'd say about 9 years of my life. Well, I take that back. About 43 years of my life hasn't been all that great, but I've never allowed it to make me into a mean or hateful person, or made me have anything but love in my heart. So I believe that's why I'm so special to the divine, and why I'm so connected to the divine, and so on. But anyways, we can go into that another time. I made notes, so if I look down, you'll know I'm looking at notes. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. And I want to make sure I give you the information I see fit. This is only my opinion. I've been reading tarot cards since I was 7 years old. I've had abilities for as long as I can remember. As a child, as long as, humanly possible, that you can remember back. So, it isn't something that I shared with a lot of people. Some people think I'm crazy. So be it. I don't care. I know what I know. I want to share the information with you all. And I really enjoy it. And that's my purpose here on life. The purpose in my life, I should say. And please excuse me if I stumble on my words, because usually I am a good speaker. Usually I'm not nervous, but I kind of am nervous today, because this will be my first YouTube video, and I hope it goes over well, and I hope that I do not offend anyone. Like I said, this is just my opinion. This is what I've gone through. This is what I have experienced. This is what works for me. And I want to share it to people that are not in tune, are not aware of how using tools such as a spirit board, such as tarot cards, I'm not going to explain every step of the way, but I'm going to explain the important parts and, you know, the parts where you need to be cautious, and probably the parts too where maybe not everybody should be using them. And again, this is just my opinion. You know, I'm going to start off by saying that these can be a very dangerous tool. And just like regular tools that we use, such as a hammer, whatever, there is a risk of being hurt by them. So I want you to look at tarot cards, not when somebody's giving you a reading so much. Hopefully that person that's doing the reading is grounded and protected, and they know what they're doing. That's important also too. But they can, I just want to have you look at them in a way such as, like, if you're using a saw or something that, you know, that you could be hurt from. And in the same aspect of tarot cards, but in the way that knowing how to do it, knowing how to protect yourself, knowing all about what could happen or couldn't happen, before you decide to experiment with them, or, you know, become a tarot reader, or whatever it is that you desire from them. My personal opinion is of course, there's many awesome readers. I listen to tarot readings all the time. I believe in them. Do I base my life on them? I did at first. I got into this really bad habit of, like, whatever they were saying, I thought was just like, oh, great, this is our, you know, so, you know, this is going to happen today. And like, you know, we all have free will. We're all human beings. We have the right to change anything in our life. And I wasn't grasping that, I guess. So like anything I do, and, you know, everything I do, I always research. Back then, though, we didn't have computers and stuff. So my grandma taught me how to read cards, and she taught me, the ropes pretty much. But I've also learned a lot more, since there is ways to research everything, I'm sure. So I want to just have you look at them like that. I apologize. And then I made a note, and it says, when using tarot cards, you are getting the answers from spirits. Not all spirits that we get answers from are good. So you need to realize that there are evil that come in also. And when you are using these types of tools, such as like a Ouija board, spirit board, I call mine a spirit board, and tarot cards, you are opening up the door for them to also come in. If you're not experienced on using these tools, they open portals. You can, it opens up doors to other dimensions and stuff. That is true. And so when people say that tarot card readers do that, well, not the ones that are experienced. Me personally, I can open one, but I also now know how to close one, and I didn't before. So I've really, my gifts have really taken off in the last, I'd say, 5 years, to the point where, I've had to learn about them because they're pretty overwhelming. But we'll go into that at a different time. So that's an important thing to know, which a lot of people don't know. I don't think a lot of people, personally, know how tarot works. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to explain it step by step by step, but I do ask you to please go and research it. Research the proper stuff. I research how dangerous they are, if you think they're dangerous, or, I know that I have a lot of people that look at me, and people close to me, that they just think that I'm communicating with the devil. And no, I'm very, 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 I'm going to stress that, connected with the divine. I am very spiritual. My beliefs, I highly do a lot of things in my life, good or bad, I want to say. I communicate with the divine. I express what I'm doing. I ask my guides, is this wrong? Or is this something, you know, I mean, not all the time do they tell me if it's wrong, because that would make my life just too damn easy. So, well, anyways, so I just want to stress that too, because they can cause harm, and they can, at times, I've seen, or I've heard, or I've had people contact me because they felt like maybe something had taken them over, like their body over. And that's a very scary thought. And I'm sure a feeling, I've never had that happen to me. But there's just a lot of steps that you need to take to prepare yourself to be able to read these cards, to be able to know what you're doing, and to know the risks of what comes with doing it. Myself, when I purchase a deck, my main goal and my main focus is making that deck mine. I do not let other people read my tarot cards. They cannot touch my tarot cards unless I say they can. I store them a certain way. And then when I purchase them, I do not read those tarot cards for 1 month. I will not, well, I read them, but I would not do a reading for myself or for anyone else for a month. I sleep with them under my pillow for 1 whole month. I touch them, every single card. I view them. I study them. I want to know all about those cards, and I want them to know all about me. I want us to have a connection. So when I do a reading, or I do read them, I know for a fact that those cards are going to give me the answers that I'm asking for. And then I feel confident in giving them to other people. At times, have I ever given a wrong reading? Well, yeah. I have. But you know what? It's really weird. My mind, if I don't clear my mind to what I'm doing and focus on who I'm reading for, sometimes it gives the reading for me. And instantly after I'm done doing it, and I might have already sent the reading to this person, and I don't even know, some of them I don't even know, but some of them I do. And I'm like, oh shit, I just gave them a reading for myself. So of course I contact them, let them know, and then of course redo the reading, and it's right. But probably about 90% of the time, that never happens. I'm not going to say it never happens, because obviously it does. No one's perfect, and sometimes us psychics it's hard for us to shut off our brain. At least it is for me. That's what I experience, because I'm constantly seeing visions. I'm constantly getting downloads. I mean, it's just constant all the time. So it's hard for me to sometimes like clear and focus my mind on something besides what my guides are trying to show me and what is going on around me. And with myself, obviously, because, I'm human, and I have plenty of stress in my life, and, plenty of worries. And so it can definitely happen. So, also with my cards, before I do any readings, I ask the cards questions. Like I have, I'll be like, what do I need to know about you? And then we'll go ahead and do a reading, and it'll tell me. And then, I allow them to give me information, whatever they want to tell me. I allow them to do that for me. And it really, really does connect us. It really does bond me. It really does let me get to know these cards, because I have many of decks. I don't know how many. And when I do a reading, I read out of all my decks, because I think it's kind of, I don't know, something kind of cool to do, to not have all the same cards, and to also get each deck is different in its own way. Obviously, some are positive. I have some that are more like harsh and not negative, but they're just like, it's down to the point, and it tells you like the negative shit that's happening in your life or whatever, which I think is great, because no one's life is, roses. I mean, no one's life is perfect, so we need to know those negative things. And then, and so on. But, so I allow it to give me information. I ask it the questions so we can get to know each other, connect with each other. If I'm at home and I have a new deck, I keep that deck with me at all times. I want it to bond with me. I want it to feel my energy. I want it to, you know, I want us to connect. So that's what I do. That's what I personally do. I also, I have a way of, when I go to do a reading, I will knock on both sides of the deck, and then like that, and then I blow, because I believe that that clears that deck from the last people's energy. I also will set my decks out in the sunlight to let it, I believe that helps them clear. It's very important to try and get rid of the, you know, all the energies that build up with those cards, because a lot of energies in life are negative, and that's what you're going to get is negative. It can make your deck a negative deck. It can make it give information that isn't meant to, you know, to go to that person. You, like anything, like everything that we should do in life, we should be clearing off the negative vibes, the negative energy from other people. You go buy a shirt in the store. Well, if you can imagine all the people that walk by that shirt that are having a bad day, or something bad's happening, or, you know, or anything, that energy is on that shirt. I mean, it, you know, it lingers in the air. So when you buy something new, before you bring that into your home, I mean, you can just do a simple thing, you know, just whatever you believe in, the higher power, you know, whatever you believe in. I say to myself, I call upon the higher power to please clear the negative energies from this. And I also ask it to clear the negative energies from me. So I'm not carrying around those energies, because I do. And I mean, and it can definitely make me a negative person too. It's taken me a long time to realize that, because I'm also empathetic, and it's one of my strongest abilities. So I carry around a lot of people's emotions, let alone my own, and so I just think that's important. I also want to touch base to say that it's extremely important when you do read tarot cards to that you're grounded. And if you don't understand that, I will definitely have a video regarding that too. How I ground myself is I plant my feet on the ground, or first off, if I can go outside and it's nice, well, I live in Wyoming, so right now it's colder than heck, and I can't be walking outside with my bare feet. Otherwise, I mean, that's how I do it. I really connect with nature. I mean, I love to be outside when the sun's shining. I live in the wrong place, let me tell you. But I go outside, and you would walk in the grass, because you're connecting your body to earth, to the grass, to, you know, what grows from the earth. So you can do it that way. And when you can't do it that way, what I do is I sit up straight in a chair, or on, you know, wherever you're at, and I close my eyes, and I will picture roots from the earth wrapping around my body. Like, they start at my feet and they wrap around my legs, and they come up through, you know, they ground me to the earth. It's what pulls me to the earth. So I make sure that, and I do that every day. Well, I can't say I don't do it every day, but I need to do it every day. That's something I need to start doing, because with all my gifts and everything, I need to be grounded. And then also, you know, I use a lot of crystals. Right now, I wear an amulet. I guess I could sit up. I don't know if you can see it or not. This gives me protection from a lot, which I need protection from a lot, because people tend to send psychic, I can't think of it now, where they cause me harm. I'm sorry, I can't think of it, but, people send me negative stuff all the time. They try to use black magic against me, so on. But that's a whole nother video too that we'll definitely go over, because all this stuff that I'm telling you, when my gifts really, like when the floodgates really opened and they really started being really strong, and I had no idea what the heck. When I was a kid, I was actually punished by my dad for having them. He would punish me if I would talk about them. So I repressed him for like so many years, because I was a black sheep in my family. I mean, no matter if I was doing good in my life, I was always in trouble. So I think as a young age, I closed off to the world. I I was afraid to make one move because I was always in trouble and being punished and being told that I was stupid or crazy or whatever, whatever else. I mean, it was just the ignorance of my parents that I've had to learn the hard way, but I have. But anyways, so you need to protect yourself. And my beliefs are anyone can protect themselves with anything as long as you believe in it. And as long as you have, well, me, I ask my God, the divine to please allow it to, I don't know. I don't want to really go into that right now, how I actually do it, but I believe that anybody has the power to make anything something that can protect them from the world. Any type of amulet, like any type of necklace, anything that you honestly have faith in and you believe will protect you, it will. And that is just my opinion. I'm sure people will be like, yeah, right, she doesn't know. Well, this is what I believe, and it's working for me. And let me tell you, I need protection from a lot of shit. So, so that, and I was just trying to think what else. I also, my last thing I want to say is that tarot readers, when you buy a deck, probably 95% of the time you receive a book with that deck. That book is made for those cards. Those cards, the meanings of those cards were made for the meanings in that book. There are wonderful tarot card readers, and don't get me wrong, I mean, that are able to look at a deck and are able to give you the definition of that card. And then you could look in the book and it would not 100% match it, but probably 93% would match that definition. A lot of other tarot readers are, and however it works for them, this is my opinion, I want to stress that, they get cards and they believe that they know the meanings. They know exactly what those cards mean. Well, sure, every deck has like a 10 of swords, or it has, a three of swords, or the devil, or, so on. But not every deck has the same meaning. The people that create these decks do the illustrations on the cards to match what their definitions mean in those books. Me, as a tarot reader, I do. And it does not mean that I don't know what I'm doing, because I know people look down on tarot readers for this, but I don't give a shit, because this is how I read, because I know that this is right. This is in my heart. I know if I created a deck, which I could do, I would stress in there to please, please, please use the meanings out of my book, because I created those meanings to match those cards. So there are tarot readers out there that, like I said, there are ones that have been doing this for so long, and they give the most amazing freaking readings. I mean, they blow me away. I mean, I'm just like, they're freaking awesome, and they're spot on. And you, as a psychic, obviously, I know, like, if it's right or wrong. And everybody has gut instinct. You'll know if it's fitting you, or if it's, you'll know. But my opinion is that when I do a reading, I will read you the definitions out of that book. But I also do receive downloads. I also do have extremely strong intuition. I also have like all the I'm clairvoyant, clairsensies. There's just so much. Or I don't have clair audio though, because I totally block that out, because I think I would go crazy. But anyways, and I've been reading, like I said, since I was 7 years old. So I definitely know how to read tarot cards, and I definitely am. That is one of my gifts, is divination, if I could say it right, is one of my strongest gifts too. I communicate with spirits. I communicate with the dead, and I have lots of experience with evil. I mean, lots, because that was my journey, is I had to go down to the deep darks of hell because I had to learn about evil, because myself couldn't see any evil in other people, and other people they know that, and other people take advantage of me. They do really bad things to me. They've taken my money. They've used me. I've had to learn a lot. But anyways, so I just think it's important to know that I instead of saying that a tarot card is not a tarot card reader because they read out of a book, that's not right. And to me, that's unacceptable. Because that is, if you're a true tarot reader, and you will, no matter what, even if you don't need to use the meanings of that book, you'll still reference that book. You'll still have that book in your hand, and you'll be telling them, well, this is, because that's what that card means. Unless you are freaking amazing and can remember every single one of them, which a lot of them can, so don't get me wrong there either. I can't. I mean, my brain just, the older I get, I just can't, and I just have too much going on. I mean, I know what each card means. Every card has a meaning, and it fits into a certain group. And I could tell you the meaning of that card. I could read, like, without the books, but I like to read the definition in the book, because it somehow you'll know, well, that fits in my life here, or that fits in my life there, or it doesn't, but it fits in my mom's life, or you know what I mean, the people around me. And I think that that's just very important. I will also, after I'm done doing that, I will also give information that the divine has downloaded or told me, or, shared with me, or the feeling that I get when it comes to what I just told you. And I will give advice. I will say, well, this is what I would do, or this is what spirit is telling me for you to do, or whatever. But I do readings out of a book, and I don't care if I get shot down or people say that, I'm not right. I don't care. This is my opinion. And I hope that no one takes offense to it, but you have to know that there are people out there that really are not tarot readers. They don't have any connection. They have nothing. They're doing it to make money. They're doing it because it's easy to do. Anybody can give a love scenario. My readings are based on just whatever. I don't generalize them in love. I just let the divine or whomever, whatever. It's typically my spirit guide. I know, and I know it's my husband that's passed away, Joshi. He is one of my strongest spirit guides, and my great grandfather, Jake, are like my strongest ones. But all my ancestors are around me all the time. Angels, they all give me the information I need. They all help me in life. They all protect me, very much so. And but they've all taught me a lot about all this, and I just, I have a very, very strong bond with each and every one of them, and if you believe it or not, I don't really care either. I mean, eventually I believe that everybody at one time in their life will experience, it might not be this lifetime or the next, but I do believe that everybody will experience, hopefully, what I've been able to experience, because it has really changed my life a lot. And like I said, I'm not perfect, so I don't want so-and-so to be like, well, she drank that last night or something. Yeah, so what? I'm human. So let's get over that. Because God or the higher above, or whatever you believe in, does not expect us to be perfect. We're supposed to learn from experiences. We're supposed to make mistakes. We're supposed to have shitty decisions that we made. And, I mean, no one's perfect. And I can praise God all day long. But that's still not going to make me perfect, or anyone else, as that means. So, but that's about it. I know that this has probably been rambling on and on and on. I can't think of anything else I really want to touch base on. Well, I do want to say that this is just like touching the tip of what you need to know if you decide that you want to read tarot cards. I don't know if I told you, but it is important for the reader to also be protected and grounded while they're doing the reading for you. So hopefully that they are and they know what they're doing. That is very important. And then I'm excited to start this channel. I've been wanting to. I have so many ideas and so many things I want to share with you. And I just really hope that you guys enjoy it. That I don't want to receive negativity. I have enough negativity in my life. So I probably will not allow the comments to come through until like the first couple of videos. Just because I know I'm not, I mean, if they're long, it's been 30 minutes and I'm still talking. And I don't have it all figured out. I don't have my little setup. I don't have any of that. But I do have a lot of important information to share with you. I will be giving readings. I also I use my pendulum. And I can give you an example of that right now. And everybody uses a pendulum differently. This is how I use it. And I will show you. So this will be my ending. No, but I'll show you how well I work with my guides. Can you show them yes, please? Can you show them yes? Let me keep my hands or my arms straight. I don't know if you can see that. No, hang on. Hang on just a sec. I'm laying down because I just don't really feel good today. Oh, okay, now wait, can you stop? I want you to be able to see. Well, I want you to see my hand and that so you know I'm not moving it. Okay, show them yes. Can you show them a strong yes, please? Stronger. Okay, can you show them no, please? Like I said, this is how I communicate with my spirit guide. That's no. Can you show them maybe? I don't know if you can see that. It's going around in a circle. And then, can you show them love you more than the whole world for me, please? I gotta lift my arm up. Can you show more love you more than the whole world? How much do you love me? What? How much? How much? I always tease it. It's a circle too, but it usually is like way bigger. Oh, it's me blocking it. Sorry. My thumb was laying on it. There we go. There we go. And then can you please stop so they know I'm not doing it? Can you stop it completely for me, please? I look terrible. I'm sorry. Stop. Stop. Ooh, it's energy's strong today. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's saying yes, thank you. So that's my pendulum. So I will be using that quite a bit. I don't charge for readings very often. Once in a while I will. This is something that I'm going to start doing for almost a full-time job because I have a lot to share, and not so much on here, but in a lot of different ways. So, but on here, obviously the videos are, you know, free. I will not ask for money on here, but if you decide that you like me and you want a reading from me at when I get to that stage, then I will, but it won't be very much money at all because it will be just to help, I don't know, cover costs of whatever whatever I need at the time. So, I'll have one set rate for, and then I don't do readings for a certain amount of time. I will do a reading, with all my cards. I'll give it to you and that's it. I mean, it won't be 45 minutes long. It won't be 30. It'll be whatever it is. It could be 10 minutes long. It could be 5 if, just say that, the spirits don't give you very much information. It just depends. It's something new that I'm going to be starting, so it'll just be whatever. I kind of go with the flow with life. I try not to have it, this extremely stressful schedule and stressful way of doing things, because I lived my life like that for so long that I said, F it. And I just, I'm a free spirit. I just go with the flow, man. I'm just kidding. My name is Sunny. I don't know if I told you that at the beginning. I live in Wyoming. I'm 43 years old. I am a widow. I have a 15-year-old daughter named Jazz. She's a great kid. I grew up in Wyoming. I've lived here pretty much my whole life. I've lived in a couple different places. I'm hopefully moving at the end of the school year to somewhere where it's warm, I'm hoping, because I cannot stand to live here anymore. And don't get me wrong, because Wyoming is beautiful. I love it here. I just cannot deal with the winters anymore because it's colder than heck. It depresses me. I don't know. My name fits me very well. Just put it that way. Well, anyways, this video has been long enough. I hope that you enjoy it. Again, I hope no one takes any offense to what I said. This is just my personal opinion. And I hope that it does shed light on those that are thinking about using tarot cards, that do use tarot cards and didn't know that you needed to do all that. And then also, just, us tarot readers in general, and what I believe in and how I do my thing, my readings. And like I said, there's many, many, many wonderful tarot readers out there. Like I said, I listen to them. I mean, there's a lot that, I'm like addicted to because their readings are so good. So don't get me wrong when I say what I say. And just, I send lots of love, lots of positive vibes, always. Healing to those that need it, because I am also a healer. And just wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And hopefully I will get my videos down to where maybe I'm not stumbling and saying a lot. I'm sure I did, but like I said, this is my first video, and so I will definitely work on it. See? And try not to say the whole time. But I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be able to share my information that I've learned and I've, experienced. And I just wish you guys the best of days. And again, I send lots of love and positive vibes always. Peace.